All right, social studies today. We're going to look at this paper, which is posted for those of you at home in social studies. But first, this one here is not, it just appeared. I don't know why it's there. I'm afraid to get rid of it because it might do some crazy things. So I'm going to leave it there, but there's nothing in it. Ignore this social studies one. That's the one we're using, okay? So in social studies, this is called Let Freedom Ring Worksheet. It should be in chapter 8. Those of you here at school have a copy that you can use, or can always use your iPad and upload it to Notability to write on it. But here it is. There it is on your iPad or on Schoology.
Lesson 3 or 4?
Nope, it's Let Freedom Ring Worksheet. That's what it's called, down there below 8.3.
What?
Be patient, okay? So this is the worksheet we're doing. This worksheet does not necessarily go with anything in the book we've read. Okay, there's information here we're going to read and answer these questions. So it's making inferences. We've talked about inferences with reading, so I thought this kind of fits in perfect with what we're doing for social studies and reading. Okay, it helps you make a decision, come up with your own ideas, come up with an answer, why you think this statement is true or false. We're going to go over this worksheet together, and when we're done, then you're going to submit it to Schoology, so you should have all the right answers, and you should get 100%, right? So here we go. We're going to read the top, and then I'll explain the directions for the questions at the bottom, okay? So I'm going to read. I want you to listen. We're going to have to go back to this little paragraph as we're going through the worksheet, okay? But this will kind of get us started. The First Continental Congress met in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in September 1774. The representatives demanded that the British admit they had no right to tax the colonies. This meeting was the beginning of a united America. In the spring of 1775, the Second Continental Congress met in Philadelphia to decide on a plan of action for the colonies. In 1776, a committee of 5 men was named to write a document declaring the colonies' independence from Great Britain. Thomas Jefferson was asked to write it. In about 2 weeks, Jefferson completed the task. The committee presented this document to Congress on July 4th, 1776. It was adopted almost as Jefferson had written it. This document became known as the Declaration of Independence. All right, so we're going to read below these different sentences, okay? And we're going to decide if we agree with that statement or if we disagree. So really, is it true or is it false? Okay, and then we have to show evidence. We have to tell why. Which means we have to go back into the paragraph up here and see what words they used, what they said, to determine if this was true or false. Okay, so it's an inference. It's your thoughts, it's your ideas. But if you say agree, you have to give me good reasoning as to why you agree. If you say disagree, it's the same thing. Okay, we've talked about that, where your answer is important, but this why part is even more important. Okay, so let's look at the first one. It says the representatives of the First Continental Congress were angry at Britain. So go back up there. What do you think? Do we agree? Thumbs up. Do we disagree? Thumbs down. Let's see. I have a lot of thumbs up, so I'm saying we're agreeing, right? Yeah. So now go back up here. So the first paragraph talks about the First Continental Congress. What up here tells me that they were probably angry? What tells me they were angry? Kenny?
The representatives demanded that the British admit that they had no right to tax the colonies.
Exactly. They demanded. So if you're demanding something, you're not very happy, are you? So on this line, I would write agree, and then I would put here, colonists demanded Britain had no right to tax them. That's what we're writing right now on those lines. We're doing this together and you're submitting it for a grade. There's no reason anybody should, 1, not have it submitted on time, and 2, have the answers incorrect. Okay, so agree. And our why is colonists demanded Britain had no right to tax them. Wish there was a way I could type on this.
What was the why again?
This is what I'm going to do. Give me just a second. Okay.
2.
There we go. So we said we agreed to number 1 and that colonists demanded Britain had no right to tax them. Okay?
This long.
Yes.
I had no space to write demanded, so I put it on the top.
Okay. Well, you got 2 lines under here. You got this line and this line. You got plenty of room there.
Like I was writing it right here, but then I forgot to put it in.
So you snuck it in? Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Question, Kenny?
I put true. Was that okay?
That's, yeah. Agree, disagree, true, false. I was kind of using those interchangeably. Yep. All right. Number 2. Because the Second Continental Congress met in the South. Well, let's go up here. This paragraph, I recall, talked about the Second Continental Congress. So it met in Philadelphia. Where did the First Continental Congress meet? Sean? In Philadelphia. So did it meet in the South? What would we think? Agree, disagree, thumbs up for agree, thumbs down for disagree.
It says in Pennsylvania too.
But it's Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So Philadelphia is a city in Pennsylvania, the state or colony. Okay? So we disagree, right? Why do we disagree? Tell me why, Sean.
Because Pennsylvania is up in the north.
It is, but what else? So Philadelphia or Pennsylvania is not south, right? What else could we say? Kenny, what else could we say?
Pennsylvania is a middle colony.
There we go. Okay, it is a middle colony. We could state that if we were to look it up on a map. But what did this paragraph say? Both Congresses met in the same place, right? The location didn't change. Okay? The location of the meetings didn't change. They were the same. Let me... There we go.
This font, will you make it bigger?
Oh.
How do you not see that?
Yeah, it's not letting me make it much bigger.
That is like so easy. So I can't see.
If I make it bigger, it cuts some of it off. Here, let me do this. How's that?
Yeah.
Can you see it now? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Let you write that down and we'll look at number 3.
This line, can you put Philly? Yeah, you can. Philly.
Good? All right, number 3. The Continental Congress didn't want to help the colonies. Thumbs up if you agree, thumbs down if you disagree. It says they didn't want. So those are kind of key words we're looking at to decide if we agree or disagree. I'm getting a lot of disagrees. Tell me why. John?
They wanted to help the colonies by a plan of action.
I would agree with that. I like that. They were trying to help the colonies because they were making a plan of action, right? They were writing this document. Kenny, what else?
In the passage, it says this meeting was the beginning of United America.
Okay, good. So it talks about, uniting America, so they're trying to help them and bring them all together, right? Okay. Good reason so far. Anything else? Adam? Good. So you're talking about back up here, right? They were the ones demanding Britain change, right? Good. I like that one too. Sean?
It says Congressman in Philadelphia decided on a plan to take action for the colonies.
Okay. I think that's what John was talking about, right? The Congress was, so we're going to pull those words like you did, John, or Sean, from the article here. Was deciding on a plan of action for the colonies. Okay, Adam mentioned that Congress was demanding, you could say, change from Britain, right? Hang on, I've got some stuff I need to return and so you can see it all. Okay, anything else? We had another one, I thought.
Really have enough room to fill. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Pick one. They only give you a sentence. I was just writing. We had a lot of good ones, so I was just trying to put them all up there. Okay, so
This one.
yeah, this one doesn't give you a lot of room. So pick one of those sentences. If you can squeak it under there, that's fine too.
I tried to do
Yep.
that.
Okay.
I got both sentences.
We need more than this. We've got complete sentences. That's what this is all about. Put the water bottle down, and I need this done.
We were allowed to put both of them, right?
Yes. If you can fit both, that's fine. One is sufficient because it doesn't give you a ton of room. All right. Number 4. Thomas Jefferson was an important figure at the Second Continental Congress. So we're up here. I see his name. I'm going to read. Thomas Jefferson was asked to write it. In about 2 weeks, Jefferson completed the task. So we agree, thumbs up, or we disagree with number 4? Thumbs down. Which one? I got lots of agrees. Why are we agreeing with that statement? Juliana?
Because the last sentence says this document became known as the Declaration of Independence.
Oh, good. Yeah, we've got some more down here, don't we? Where it says that it was adopted almost as he had written it, and the document was the Declaration of Independence. So Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence, didn't he?
Is it
Okay, according to that information.
Is it okay if I word it in my words a little
Yeah,
bit?
Jefferson. And that went off yesterday about this time. All right, writing, because I'm going to move on. Oops, and I think, let me get this situated for you guys so you can see it. You can always pause it and go back. All right, got one more left here. What you need, Riker?
How come when we have a short sentence, it gives us
Yeah.
lines, but when we have a long one, exactly. I was gonna say
That's a good question. I don't know. It's
We have a
confused.
short answer.
All right,
This is
number
probably
5.
a short answer.
When Congress adopted the Declaration of Independence, they made just a few changes in it. So let's go back up here. On July 4th, 1776, it was adopted almost as Jefferson had written it. So what do we think? We agree that they made just a few changes, or do we disagree? I got some agrees. Why? Why do we say yes, that is true? Nick?
You agree because it said that they wrote it almost the same way he did it, and almost means there was like a couple changes.
Yeah,
but not
so-
many.
Good. So adopted almost as Jefferson had written it kind of implies that there might have been a few things they changed. Okay?
Maybe like one or two sentences.
Yeah, so it states that Congress adopted his document almost as he had written it, meaning a few changes may have been made. So we wrote a little bit more for that. Did it give you enough lines for that one?
Yeah.
A line and a half.
But for that one, we have like this bottom space.
Oh, that's true. You can write on the bottom for that one. Yep. Okay. Good. Give me a second. Finish writing that number 5 down.
Agree, disagree, disagree, agree, agree. 2 disagrees and 3 agrees.
Yep. When you're done writing the answer for 5, you're going to take a picture of it, or if you're doing it on your iPad, a screenshot of it, and you're going to submit it back to the Let Freedom Ring assignment. I'll give you a minute or two here to do that, and then I'll explain what else we're going to do today.
What? It takes so long to focus on the camera.
Remember, in the morning you're supposed to check updates. If you check updates in the morning, you would know what our plan is for social studies today.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not creasing.
Miss Wong,
Mm-hmm.
why is the thing on Schoology white, but this thing, the paper's yellow?
Because there was only yellow paper in the copier when I printed it, but my original copy is on white paper. Yes, you can put that in your blue folder, your red folder if you're in Mrs. Bush's class. Hold on to it. That's a great little note sheet that you can refer back to later. Some extra information for you. Okay. If you're still writing these answers down and you're watching the video, you'll have to pause. I'm going to get to our next bit of work here. All right, so that was your assignment that you were submitting, and then today, here in class, we're gonna watch the Liberties Kids number 5. Yesterday, we did Liberties Kids number 4. There's no worksheet for 4 and 5, okay, but we're gonna watch those. I have the links here, which I did not publish for you yet. So 4 if you didn't watch it yesterday, or you can always re-watch it. We watched it yesterday. If you wanna re-watch it on your own, you're welcome to do that. And then we're gonna watch Liberties Kids 5 here in class, so you should do that as well at home. These are great videos to kind of help reiterate some of the important things that happened during this time. Okay, they talk about a lot of the events, the Boston Tea Party where they started off with. They talk about a lot of those, Riker, that we're reading about.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is more interesting to watch than it is to
Yeah.
read the information from a book. So
Yeah.
this is helpful to kind of give you a little more and actually see what's happening. So keep up with those at home if you're not. I'll try to post the links here in this folder. And that's your only other assignment for today is to watch the Liberties Kids. There's nothing else for homework for social studies. Okay?